हुआ है, चलो गोकुल में। सब हिल मिल के ग्वाल बोले जय जय गोपाल। ओ सब हिल मिल के ग्वाल बोले जय जय गोपाल। जय जय गोपाल की, जय जय गोपाल की, जय जय गोपाल की, जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय जय गोपाल की, जय जय गोपाल की। ओ सब हिल मिल के ग्वाल बोले जय जय गोपाल। बाजे शंख घड़ियाल आवो दर्शन करे हो। सुख नैना भरे, सुख नैनों को पहुँचाने वाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में नंद घर लाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में। जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय जय गोपाल की, जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय जय गोपाल की। जवानों को लड्डू पेड़े, बूढ़ों को लापसी, भैया कन्हैया को बांसुरिया बांस की। जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय कन्हैया। सब हिल मिल के ग्वाल बहिया गर्दन में डाल, नाचे दे दे के ताल, नाचे दे दे के ताल। आज नंद का नसीबाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में ओ है, चलो गोकुल में नंद घर लाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में। जय जय गोपाल की, जय कन्हैया लाल की। हाथी दीनी घोड़ा दीनी और दीनी पाल की। जय कन्हैया लाल की। अजी सखी जन में है आ, सखी जन में है आ, जुड़ा सारा समाज। मेरे आंगन में पलना उजाला हुआ, उजाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में हो, चलो गोकुल नंद घर लाला हुआ। चलो गोकुल में। भादो रैना की शोर, छाई घटा घन घोर। बधाई गावे बन में मोर, बधाई गाए बन में मोर। नंद बाबा बधाई हो, नंद बाबा जी बधाई। यशोदा मैया बधाई, भक्तों को बधाई हो, संतों को बधाई हो। बधाई गाए बन में मोर। भक्ति भक्तों पे, भक्ति भक्तों पे बरसाने वाला हो। चलो गोकुल में, चलो गोकुल में, चलो गोकुल में नंद घर लाला हो। जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय जय गोपाल, जय कन्हैया लाल की, जय जय।
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Shivaya Namo. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namo. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namo. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namo. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. हाँ.
छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, आई छोटो सो मेरो
मदन गोपाल, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल। आगे गैया पीछे ग्वाल, मदन गोपाल, बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, मेरो मदन गोपाल।
Hello. welcome you this morning to our broadcast. This is a holiday weekend in Canada, and we are coming up to the very beautiful period of Krishna Janmashtami as we pray. We ask Bhagwan, no talking please. We ask Bhagwan Krishna to bless this whole world as he's about to manifest himself to all mankind. Om Balshi Vibhushitakaran Navanirajabhat Pitavarad Arunabhipapaladarushtat Purnendu Sundara Mukhad Arabindanetrat Krishnat Padam Kivapitat Vavahonajade. We pray to that beautiful blue boy of Vrindavan with his flute in his hand and dark as a fresh water-laden cloud, who is dressed in his pitambar to come manifest himself and in our hearts in this morning. And so when the time comes that we have to go, may his name be always upon our lips. Krishna Tvari Araparapam Kajapal Jarante Advaiva me Vishatumanasarajahansa Prana Prayana Savaye Kapavata Pittaye Kanthavaro Dadavidho Smaranam Kutaste Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
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 Oh Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabhyam Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadisham Megavaranam Subhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Vidya Nagamyam Bande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaye Kanatho Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Kararavilde Padaravilde Mukharavilde Viniveshayantam Vatasya patra Yapute shayanam Balam mukulam Manasasvarame
Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govind
Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murare.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Vikritu Kama Kilakopakalya Murari Padar Pita Chitta Vritti Gatyadi Kamma Havashada Vocha
Govind Damo Dharmadvete.
Govinda Damodara Madhavete
Govind Damo Dharmadvete.
Gruhe Gruhe Go Pavado Kadamba
Sarve Militva
Samavapya Yogam Punyani Namani Patanti Nityam
Govind Damo Dharmadvete.
Govinda Damodara Madhavete
Govind Damo Dharmadvete.
Govinda Damodara Madhavete
Govind Damo Dharmadvete.
It is coming up to the beautiful time of Krishna Janmashtami. And Krishna Janmashtami reminds us about one single thing: faith in the Lord. Faith. When he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, and he appeared with 4 hands. Tamat pujam balakamam bhujakshanam chaturbhujam chaturbhujam. 4 hands he appeared in front of them. And then Devaki said unto him, I don't want you like that. Of course, he gave his reason why he came, and etc., etc. Then he told Vasudeva, take me across the Yamuna. I would like you all to think about this. I know we all know this story. But why am I saying this morning? Is to remind you, or remind ourselves, about who this Bhagwan is. He told Devaki and Vasudeva, take me across the Yamuna, O Vasudeva, O my father. He was a baby now. All the father saw was an old basket. He put him in the old basket, and he is going to take him across to Gokul. When he went to the Yamuna was raging, huge waves, fearful that something may happen to you if you get into that water. Vasudeva realized, as a man, when he saw the water, fear entered into his heart. But he knew he had Narayan upon his head. So because, this is what the message I would like to leave in your hearts this morning. Because he knew he had Narayan on his head, the Lord on his head, he ventured into the water. The water came up to his neck. As a human being, he got a little bit scared. The water went up to his lips. The water was just below his nose. But what he knew Narayan was on his head. We have heard this story 1,000,000 times, yet we do not know Narayan is there to guide us. How many times have you not heard it? How many times you have heard these stories? Nancy's story, you say. But the story is this. Bhagwan Krishna, the Yamuna, wanted to touch his feet. So how can he touch his feet? He's up on top of Vasudeva's head. So like all, he was just born. What he did, he moved his leg outside the basket. And as the water was going to touch the nose of Vasudeva, Narayan's feet touched the water, and the Yamuna said, now I will part. This is what Bhagwan does for us. Sarva dharman parityajya, 18th chapter of Gita. Mamekam sharanam vraja, aham sarva papebhyo, mokshashyami masucha. Then he knew the water parted. Why? Because now the Yamuna knew that this is the faith of Vasudeva. Krishna Janmashtami is reminding us that he is also the whole Lord. Brahmadanikaya Niramitamaya Roma Roma Prativedakaya
Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram
यह उपहासी मम उरसोपासी उपहासी सुरत धीर बध धीर
सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
भगवान is
सीता
coming.
राम
Let us be happy.
राम सीता राम राम राम
उपजा जप ज्ञाना
मुस्काना
उपजा जप ज्ञाना प्रभु
मुस्काना
चरित बहुत
ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 ओ राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
कई कथा सुनाई बात बुझाई कई कथा सुनाई बात बुझाए जे प्रकार सुत प्रेम
ओ राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
माता मुनि बोली तो मत डोले माता मुनि बोली तो मत डोले तज हुदा दय रूपा
राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम
जय से सुलीला अति प्रिय शीला की जय से सुलीला अति प्रिय शीला यह सुख परम अनुपा
राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम
यह सुख परम अनुपा. This joy is incomparable. The joy of you being one with the Lord is incomparable. You think you can get joy from people? You can get joy from car. You can get joy from house. You can get joy from a relationship. No. With those joys come sorrow. With all those joys, with material objects comes sorrow. Krishna Janmashtami is telling us that when the Lord is about to be born on Wednesday, which is coming, he must be born in our hearts. You know, you got this story, born again? Born again? Let him be born again. But I know he will go out after when Thursday comes, gone again. They got to do it back again. So we have to do it until the Lord come into our heart. Ki jai se sulela ati priya sila yah sukha paramayanupa.
राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
And so that sukh, that happiness was coming to us. And when that happiness coming to us, then we will live this life, we live our life with strength, with intelligence, and with right knowledge. Bala buddhi vidya dehu buhi.
हरहु कलेश विकार
Bala buddhi vidya dehu buhi. धर्माचार्य से Bhagwan Krishna is saying. When our intellect is right, when our strength, we have the strength, and our intellect is right, then we make the right decisions in life. Then we have that, when that faith comes in us. What I said? The shloka, Sarvadharman Parityajaya. When we have all that hope in him, like what Vasudev did, he had all that hope and faith that I will cross this ocean, this river. I will cross this tumultuous river. And all that ghabrat, that fear comes in because, remember, he's not God. He was a man. That fear comes into him. But that fear comes into all of us. When a situation arises, that fear comes to each and every one of us that we can't cross this river of difficulty. But then when we remember my faith in my Lord, in my Bhagwan Krishna, in my Mata, in my Hanumanji, whoever, in my Lord, then you know what? Thoughts come to all of us. But what we do, and all sorts of good thoughts, bad thoughts come to all of us. Is that true? Good thoughts come to us, bad thoughts come to all of us. But when Krishna Janmashtami comes, we divinize our thoughts. Divinize? You know what divinize mean? Make our thoughts godly, divine, divinize. Divinize our thoughts. And who can help you to divinize your thoughts? The one who criticizes you all the time. Nindaka nyari rakhiye anganakuti chavai. Nindaka nyare rakhiye anganakuti chavai. Bina pani sabun bina nirmal kare subhai. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nildakanyari rakhiye angan kuti chavai. The one who criticizes you all the time, let him build a hut in your courtyard. Let him be near to you. So, bina pani or sabun bina, bina pani or sabun bina, nirmal kare subhai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
दुख में सुमिरन सब करे और सुख में करे न कोई। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे और सुख में करे न कोई। जो सुख में सुमिरन करे दुखदायी को
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
भागवत पुराण में लिखा है कृष्ण कृष्ण महाभागा 10th skand 25th chapter verse 13. This is your Bhagavad book. Krishna Krishna Mahabhaga Tvannatham Gokulam Prabho Traturmasi Devana Kupitad Bhakta Vatsala Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Mahabhaga Tvannatham Gokula Prabho Traturmasi Devana Kupitad Bhakta Vatsala
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
What does this shloka mean? Its translation is there for you. All the people of Braja, they were so afraid of Indra. Oh Bhagwan, deliver the cows from the wrath of Indra. You are so affectionate to your devotees. Please save us. Lord is called Bhakta Vatsala. And for those who have forgotten what's the meaning of Bhakta Vatsala, which I translated when I did Bhagavad Gita here, Bhakta Vatsala means like when the calf has come home, or the cow has come home to his calf, and the calf has all mud, etc. on his body. What the calf does, what the cow does, the cow takes his tongue and licks the mud off the calf. Similarly, that Bhakta Vatsala will lick the sins off our body and make us wholesome, make us great. So when it is Lord, hum log, me, you, all of us, we are known as Pashu. Pashu. And Pash, Bad se hi hai. We are bound. Pash means something that ties you. When you are tied down to all your attachment and your greed, we are all just like animals. But when we get rid of it, how we get rid of it? Pashudapatim Papanashav Parishav
Gajindrasya
Kritim Vasanam Varenyam Jatajuta Madhye Swaradgangavare Mahadeva Mekam Smarami Smarami Mahadeva Mekam Smarami Smarami
Mahadeva Mekam Swarami Swarami
Name Dvesharago Name Lobhamo Vadodaiva Menai Vamatarya Bhava Na Dharmo Na Artho Na Kamo Na Moksha
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
So we pray to that Bhagwan and we ask Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Buhi or Harahu Kalesha Vikar. Give me that strength. Give me that intellect. Bala Buddhi Vidya, and give me that knowledge so that I live in this world and I just don't tag along in the world. You know what lives mean? When you live in the world, when you live in the world, it means you enjoy the world. When you tag along, it means you live in the world, but you are so oppressed with all our little attachments and our greed and our enmity and our hate that we don't live. We don't live in this world. We don't live. You know what? We exist. There's something between living and existing. You think you live, but we do not live. We just exist. Krishna Janmashtami is telling us this is a beautiful time to learn. If we were existing, it's a beautiful time to start living. Is that right? Start living. And when you start living, your mind becomes pure. A man, his mind determines who he is. Because your mind is your thoughts. When your thoughts come, it comes through your mind. There's a beautiful shloka in Rig Veda which says, let knowledge come to me from every side. Let knowledge come to me from every side. A beautiful mantra from Rig Veda. And that right knowledge comes when our mind is pure. Niramala mana jana
मोहि पावा मोहि कपट छल छिद्र न भावा
Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
मोहि कपट छल छिद्र न भावा.
Niramala mana. Bhagwan is so great. You know how great Bhagwan is? I'll tell you how great he is. He would rather look small, providing his devotees look good. Point? When he went, Duryodhana told Bhishma Pitama, you are taking the sides of the Pandavas. That is why you're not destroying them. Bhishma Pitama says, tomorrow I am going to cause such havoc. I will let Bhagwan Krishna break his oath, his promise that he would not pick up a weapon in this war. True? When Bhagwan Krishna went to meet with Bhishma Pitama, Bhishma Pitama was lying on the Sheshashaya, and on the arrows, sorry. He was lying on the arrows for his bed. Bhagwan, Bhishma Pitama told Bhagwan, during his answer to him, you are so great to me. You are such a Bhakta Vatsalya, so great to me that you allowed me to keep my pran, my oath, and you destroyed your oath. Because he said he will not pick up a weapon during the war of the Mahabharata. But what he did, when Bhishma Pitama was mutilating the whole army, Bhagwan Krishna jumped down and picked up the wheel of a chariot to split like a Sudarshan Chakra to throw out Bhishma Pitama. His uttariya, his shawl, fell on the ground, and Bhudevi was holding the shawl and telling him, don't go. You said you will not pick up a weapon. These are the things you must look into my heart when you read it. And then when he picked up the chariot to put the spirit like a chakra to throw it at Bhishma, what Bhishma did? You all know what Bhishma did? Bhishma put on his weapons. And he prayed to the Lord. This is what Krishna Janmashtami means to us. Bhagavan will break his oath that he will not help us. But when you are in difficulty, once you have surrendered to him, he will definitely help each and every one of us. And he'll start helping us by keeping our minds pure. Prabala prema ke पाले पढ़कर प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा
प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा
अपना मान तले तल जाए अपना मान तले तल जाए पर भक्त का मान न तलते देखा प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर
प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पढ़कर
प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा
प्रभु को नियम बदलते देखा
अपना मान तले तल जाए अपना मान तले तल जाए पर भक्त का मान न तलते देखा पर भक्त का मान न तलते देखा. So Prabhu, he would allow his word to fall, but he would not allow his bhaktas' word to fall. This is the Prabhu that we worship. This is the Lord we worship. And you always must remember, the greatest diplomat this world has ever seen is Bhagwan Krishna. Bhagwan Krishna was not that gopi with the gops and goals when they play and put gobar in his jaws, etc., and dance with them. I said, no. He was the one who guided. You remember? When Duryodhan and Arjun went to him, he asked Duryodhan, what you want? I just want to remind you, Bhagwan Krishna is saying, I am not going to fight. So Duryodhana said, if you're not going to fight, what would I do with you? So I'm going to give you so much soldiers. So he gave him. Arjun said, I don't want soldiers. I don't want anything. All I want is you. This is the faith we must have. And when we have the faith like this, we'll be able to take the basket of burden upon our head and walk across the Yamuna Achyutam. And we must have that faith that Meera had in him. Achyutam Keshavam Ram Narayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hare.
अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे.
कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं
कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं
कबीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं
हो भक्त मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं.
मेरा शबरी की जय अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम कृष्ण दामोदरम
जानकी वल्लभम
कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं कौन कहते
भगवान खाते नहीं
यशोदा की बेसब्री
मेरे शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरे
गौर कहता है भगवान सोते नहीं गौर
कहता है भगवान सोते नहीं
यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं
यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं
अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम
अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरे कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरे
So what have I told you so far? Is to have the faith in the Lord like what Basudeva had. Remember? Cross the river. And he knew that Bhagwan was upon his head. Then I told you how Bhagwan will rather lose face, so to speak, but keep the bhaktas face up, like what I told you about Bhishma Pitama and the battlefield, I told you about that. And more than ever, I told you, Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi. Give me strength. Give me right thinking. Give me that knowledge that I can live in this world and not just exist. Eat, sleep, procreate, and die just like any animal. Pashubad. And we are all animals if we are like this Pashubad. We must live life joyously, live life beautifully. मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल
मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार नजर तो ही लग जाएगी प्यारे नजर तो ही लग जाएगी मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार नजर तो ही लग जाएगी प्यारे नजर तो ही लग जाएगी ओ जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली वाला कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली वाला तेरी सूरतिया पे मन मुराद का तेरी सूरतिया पे मन मुराद हो प्यारा लागे तेरा पीला पटका प्यारा लगे तेरा पीला पटका तेरे गले में मैं चल जाएंगे
ओ जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल
ओ जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल
कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली वाला
कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली वाला
We are going to go into meditation. But before we go into meditation, I want to tell you something about breathing. Is it too much to give you all, or am I giving you all?
It's good.
You remember what I said last week?
We'll try.
Huh?
We'll try.
See?
We try.
You weren't here last week, you should have said that.
Yeah.
You
I
should have
was
said you
here.
weren't here last week.
I was here.
You were here? Okay. 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 Breathing. Our yogis knew about breathing thousands of years ago. As a matter of fact, there are no animals in this world that breathe through their mouths except three. There are three living things that breathe through their mouths. One is the diving duck, the penguin, and there are two others. But all animals breathe through their noses only. I'm just going to give you a little drop here today, and I will continue hopefully next week. If you want to get a body that is healthy, if you go back into 400-500 years ago and look at skeletons, you'll see they have huge jaws and all their teeth there inside. But today, so many children have to go for what? When they're growing up, when they go to the dentist for? They don't have good teeth, so what do they go for?
Oh, dentures.
They go, not dentures, they go for braces.
Braces.
Dentures. They go for braces. They go for braces because their teeth are so malaligned. Our forefathers always used to do breathing through their nose. And if you want to live a healthy life, this is a part of our medicine talk. If you want to live a healthy life, you breathe through your nose. Why? Your lung capacity is much more increased when you breathe through your nose. And also, inflammation in the body. Inflammation, things that cause arthritis, diabetes, all these things. Breathing through the nose increases the vital capacity, don't want that big word, increases your lung volume. And the lungs have little sacs. I don't want to give you the medical name for it. Little sacs, and millions of sacs. And in those sacs run blood vessels. And the blood brings the impure carbon dioxide to that little sac. And in that little sac, it goes and goes out. And in that little sac, look at God's work. In that same sac, the pure blood that goes and catches the artery. The arteries being the blood vessel that brings pure blood to your body. In nasal breathing, this is work done by Stanford University. I'm not telling this is, you believe me. You look it up. I know you won't look it up. But if you are health conscious, and for those who are listening to this broadcast, if you are health conscious, look into nasal breathing. When you breathe through your nose, you increase your lung capacity because you have to use so much more of air comes into your body as when you breathe through your mouth. It's much more difficult for the air to go through the nose than the mouth is easy to breathe through the mouth, but through the. And when you breathe through the nose, I've told you this before, and you may not have remembered this. There are little hairs in your nose. You know, you pick your hair in your nose. You ever see me picking the nose, picking hair to the nose? There are little hairs. They're called cilia. C-I-L-I-A, cilia. And those cilia, they reverberate when that air goes into your nose. And what does it form? You remember what it forms? Nitric oxide. Because he writes it down. It forms nitric oxide. And anybody knows what nitric oxide is good for? Not heart. Nitric oxide is good for the blood vessels. It makes the blood vessels expand much easier. Remember? A word for you, it makes the blood vessels softer. But this is not a medical term, okay? I'm saying it to you so you can comprehend, understand what I'm saying. It makes the blood vessels softer. So when the blood goes through, it is not stiff, because if the blood vessels is stiff, then you get high blood pressure. High blood pressure. Nitric oxide, nasal breathing. All right. It has been shown that when you tape your mouths, not necessarily duct tape, there's something you can put in between the teeth, which prevents you from breathing through your mouth. This has, you know, people suffer from sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Even those who, unless their bellies are huge, even those who are suffering from slight sleep apnea, by taping their mouths and breathing through their nose, they can get rid of it. But breathing through your nose causes less inflammation. 1. 2, most important in your life, it gives you good sleep. You try it first night, you won't get a result. Second night, you'll see. Some of us need to tape our mouth both day and night, but if nighttime, if you tape it, you put a tape on it, you won't suffocate. You'll think you'll suffocate, but you will not suffocate. Your nose is there. Huh? You try tonight. You must try tonight, because and you'll see how much inflammation is. That is where the yoga is discovered. So now we are going to do some breathing through our nose. And when you breathe through your nose like that, you'll be surprised how quickly you fall asleep. How quickly you fall. You don't have to take tablets like some people do. You just do the yogic breathing. One of the breathing is you breathe in deeply. And when you breathe in deeply, you do another breath. You breathe in deeply. And then you exhale. You understand? You breathe in deeply, but you add another inhaling. You do, and you'll see the difference. But now we'll go into a little bit of meditation. You know what the breath is? You can do without water for a long time. You can do without food for a long time. You can do with everything. You can do without all things for a long time. But you can't do without breathing. And we are not paying. My point to you this morning is read up. I can't tell you everything. And when I tell you, it goes through one ears and it passes through the other, and there's nothing in between to stop it. So you don't even get that. Anyhow, so You go through one ear, come through the other ear, nothing in between to stop it. Yogi, Khalistan. Kali. Huh? All right. So please read up. Nasal breathing, very important for longevity and for good health. We sit, relax. We breathe in and out slowly. Slowly, in and out. Forget everyone. Forget everything. Just slowly, in and out. Keep the Lord in your hearts. Shrug your shoulder a little bit so your body is relaxed. Move your neck a little bit from side to side so the whole body is relaxed. Breathe in and out. Watch your tip of your nose because that will prevent extraneous thoughts from coming into your head. Talk to God. Thank Him for all the great things He has given us. Imagine your head is moving on your neck with your shoulders. If there's any pain in your head or your neck, your body, focus your attention there. The pain will go. Breathe in and out through your nose. Breathe in and out. Prabhu is right in the center of your hearts. Your divine mother with 8 arms is right there. And she is saying to you, come under my wings and I will protect you. Breathe in and out. Feel the presence of Bhagwan. Can you feel him? Just next to you. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Thank Bhagwan for all his kindnesses, for the water he provides for us, the air he provides for us, the vegetables and fruits he provides for us.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षे अमामृतात्
Asato ma sadagavaya tamaso ma jyotirgavaya
हसतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय
mrityorvaya mitavravaya
ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
धरा से पीड़ मिटाओ
अमृत रस बरसाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
जीवन को नित महकाओ
जीवन को नित महकाओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
हर सत्ता भगताओ
नारायण को हर्षावो ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापतितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम. Rub your hands together, put it over your face, ask for God to bless each and every one of you. Today I spoke to you all about nasal breathing. I want to talk a little bit about the symptoms of stroke. We had quite a few people with stroke recently, so I just want to, I think I spoke about it before, but I want to remind you, what are the symptoms you get when you have a stroke? You get sudden dizziness, you lose your balance, unable to walk, you have severe headache, sudden numbness or weakness in the face or the arms or the legs, like somebody can hold a cup and the cup just drop. When the cup just drop like that, you have to be suspicious that something, the heart has just became weak, because all muscles can only work if it has a nerve with it. And a stroke means part of the nervous system is disturbed. And if that nervous system supplies the arm will just drop like that. Or the legs will stop walking. Sudden confusion. Quite a lot of people start with what they call garbled speech. Their speech is not right. And they try to form the words, but the word is not coming. Garbled speech. And also it can be sudden trouble seeing, where the embolus go right in the retina of the eye. The guys that labor, I don't want to bother you with that. Risk factors for stroke include, what was the first one?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure. Very important. Risk factor for stroke, high blood pressure. Diabetes. High blood pressure and diabetes usually go hand in hand sometimes. Heart disease. And what heart disease are talking about there? A clot can be formed in the heart. That clot, I'll show you just now, will go up and block the vessel, and you get a stroke. Smoking. Smoking has gone on a lot, but still a lot of people still smoke. Smoking is a very great cause of stroke, heart attacks, etc. High cholesterol. High cholesterol means bad. When the bad cholesterol is high, you remember I told you about bad cholesterol and good cholesterol? When your bad cholesterol is high and your good cholesterol is low, have I confused you? Am I confusing you?
No.
When your bad cholesterol is bad and your good cholesterol is bad, that means too bad. Bad becomes too bad.
Very bad.
So when you're high, if your triglycerides, which is your bad cholesterol, is high, you're in trouble. And your HDL, or the HDL, I've told you several times, and I want to remind you again, is the vacuum cleaner of your blood vessel. It picks up the dirt that is put there with cholesterol deposits and take it to the liver, and the liver excretes it. So your good cholesterol must be high, and in Indians, good cholesterol is very low, usually. Because you know why? They don't, what?
Exercise.
Exercise. They don't walk. They don't eat green, leafy vegetables, nuts, avocado, drink olive oil or coconut oil. Medium chain triglyceride, MCT it's called. I don't know how many of you are from Guyana here. At one time, all over the world, coconut oil was given a bad name. You remember? They thought coconut oil bad? Now everybody looking for coconut. Everybody looking for coconut oil, and the price of coconut has gone up now in Guyana. Coconut used to lick dog in Guyana at one time because they were talking bad about oil. But now, different. All right. So, previous TIAs, how you get there? I didn't ready for that yet. Previous TIAs. TIA means transient ischemic attack. Ischemic means there's no blood. The blood to that part of the brain just transiently stop, but it comes back. So it lasts maybe for 5 minutes, half an hour, or a day. TIA. Now, you are going to see a little video? You were so good just so. So here's a blood vessel going through the...
During a stroke, also known as a brain attack, blood flow to part of the brain has stopped. The most common type of stroke is called ischemic stroke. It can happen in an artery where a fatty substance called plaque has made the artery narrow.
It breaks off.
In
this
one
is a
type of
carotid artery,
ischemic
the artery in your
stroke
neck,
called a
going to your brain.
thrombotic stroke, the plaque can break apart and form a blood clot that blocks the flow of blood to the brain. If it reaches an artery near or in the brain, it can block the flow of blood. When an artery to part of the brain is blocked during a stroke, oxygen and nutrients in the blood can't get to those brain cells. The cells start to die within minutes. A less common type of stroke is called a hemorrhagic stroke. It occurs when a weakened blood vessel breaks open and leaks blood into the brain.
It breaks the vessel.
This blocks blood
and forms a clot. That's called a hemorrhagic stroke.
To the brain, and the leaking blood puts pressure on the brain tissue, which damages it.
The clot there. And that gives you...
In a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, a clot blocks the flow of blood to the brain. But it's different from the other types of stroke because the clot breaks up after a short time. Transient ischemic attacks usually don't cause any permanent damage. During a stroke, also known as a brain attack, blood flow to part of the brain
all I
has
want
stopped.
you to remember
The most
is the
common
symptoms and signs. That's all. I want you to also know one thing. Keep your blood pressure under control. Very important. Salt is no good for you. Sugar is no good for you. Flour is no good for you. Rice is no good for you. Dal is no good for you. Chana is no good for you. So what is good for you?
Hava.
Leaf. Green, leafy vegetables. And then you will live a healthy life. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. It is there in our scriptures. Gita, Satyanarayana Katha, leaf, water, and try to fast 1 day a week. Nothing to eat. 1 day a week. Or do the intermittent fasting. So these are all the good things. We'll have one beta that I will do.
बोलिए जयकारा शेरावाली दा
बोल सांचे दरबार की जय।
जागो हे जगदम्बे जागो हे ज्वाला
जागो
हे जगदम्बे जागो हे ज्वाला जागो हे दुर्गे माँ जागो प्रतिपाला
जागो
हे दुर्गे माँ जागो प्रतिपाला भक्त जनों ने तेरे दर पे डेरा डाला जागो ओ माँ जागो जागो माँ जागो जागो तुम्हारे भक्त तुमको जगाएं जागो तुम्हारे भक्त तुमको जगाएं आओ माँ लाल तुम्हें रो रो बुलाए आओ माँ लाल तुम्हें रो रो बुलाए ज्वाला है नाम तेरा तेज है निराला जागो
माँ जागो 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 माँ जागो।
सारा जमाना हुआ जोत का दीवाना,
सारा जमाना हुआ जोत का दीवाना।
मैया हम चरणों में मांगे ठिकाना,
मैया हम चरणों में मांगे ठिकाना।
जिस पे तेरी नजर मैया उसका बोल बाला। जागो माँ जागो, जागो माँ जागो, जागो है जगदम्बे, जागो है ज्वाला, जागो है जगदम्बे, जागो है ज्वाला, जागो है दुर्गे माँ जागो प्रतिपाला,
जागो हे दुर्गे माँ जागो प्रतिपाला।
भक्त जनों ने तेरे दर पे डेरा डाला। जागो
जागो
माँ जागो, जागो माँ जागो। बोलिए जयकारा शेरावाली दा, बोल सच्चे दरबार की जय।
Gita Bhata. पाठाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवतां
नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेनाग्रथितात् पुराणमुनिना
मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणे भगवते
अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत्
गीते भवद्वेषिणी।
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः
प्रपन्नपारिजाताय
स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपालये
ज्ञानबुद्धाय कृष्णाय
गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो
दुग्धा गोपालनन्दन
पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता
दुग्धं गीता अमृतं महत्
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु।
भीष्माद्रोणा तथा जया दत्ता जला
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
शल्याग्राहवती कृपेणवहरे
कर्णेन वेलाकुला
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णघोरमकरा
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
ज्योतिर्ना खलु पाण्डवैरदधीर्
कैवर्तक केशव
पाराशर्यावचः सरोजममलम्
गीताथ गन्धोत्कटम्
नानाख्यानककेशरं हरिकथा
सम्बोधना बोधितम्
लोके सज्जनशतपदैरहरः
पीपीयमानं मुदा
भूयद्भारतपङ्कजौ कलिमल
प्रध्वंसिनं श्रेयसे
मूकौ करोति वाचालं
भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुता
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्ये स्तवै
वेदैः सागपरक्रमोपनिषदः
गायन्ति यं सामगा
यानागवस्त्यदत्तदगतेन मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
यस्यान्तं न विदो सुरासुरगणा
देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 73. Nashto moha smritir labdha
नष्टो मोहाश्रुतिर्लब्धा
tvat prasadam mayachyuta
त्वत्प्रसादं
mayachyuta tat prasadam mayachyuta tat prasadam mayachyuta
तत्प्रसादं मयाच्युत
Stitosmi gata saldeha, stitosmi gata saldeha, karishe bachanam tava.
करिष्ये वचनं तवम्
Arjunuvacha, nashto moha smritir labdha, tvat prasada mayuchyuta, stitosmi gata saldeha, karishe bachanam tava. So, Arjuna said to Bhagavad Krishna, now that you have taught me the difference between existing and living, now that I have got all this knowledge, all my doubts about continuing this warfare is all gone. When Bhagavad Krishna teaches us, and when His faith has come into us, all our doubts will go. And because we are all filled with doubts, we all ask all sorts of questions. Why not this? Why so? Why did God allow this happen? Why did God? So all these doubts come with us. But when we have that firm faith in Him, nashto moha smritir labdha, all these vanish from us. Stitosmi gata sandeha. Now I have no doubt whatsoever. Whatever you say, Lord, I have surrendered myself to you. Whatever you say, I will do. This is how we approach the Lord. Now, we are going to have Hanuman Chalisa, then we continue.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
हो सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
Jai Guru Charan Saroja Raja.
जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर
Jai Guru Charan Saroja Raja.
निज मन मुकुर सुधार
Balaram Raghuvala Bimala Jasu.
जो नायक प्रचार
Buddhihira Tanu Janike.
सुमिरो पवन कुमार
Malamuni Vidya Deho Mohe.
हनु कलेश विकार
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
Bolo Jai Hanuman Gyana Guru Sagar.
जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर
Ramaduta Yatalita Paladhama.
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
Mahavira Vikram Bajarangi.
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगे
Kansara Parna Viraj Suvesha.
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
Adavaja Arvaja Viraja.
कांधे भूज जनेऊ साजे
Shankara Suvala Kesari Nanda. Tejapadama Mahajagabanda.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
Vidyavana Guri Adhyatu.
राम काज करबे को आतुर
Prabhu Charitra Saribeko Rasya.
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siya Hi Dikhawa.
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा
Deva Rupa Dhari असुर सवारे
रामचंद्र जी के काज सवारे
लाए सजीवन लखन जी आए
श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए
रघुपति कीरी बहुत बढ़ाए
तुम मम प्रिय भरत सब भाई
सहस बदन तुम यश गावे अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
सरकातिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा
नारद सारद सहित ईसा
यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जाते
कवि कोविद कई सके कहाते
तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीरा
राम मिलाए राजपद दीना
तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माता
लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना
युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु
लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानो
प्रभु मोदिका मेरे मुख माही जल लागी गए अचर जनाई
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते
सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते
राम तुम्हारे तुम रखवारे
हो तन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे
सब सकल है तुम्हारी शरणा
तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना
आपन तेज समाजो आप
तीनों लोग हांकते कापे
भूत पिशाच दिखत नहीं आवे
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नासै रोग रही सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे
मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे
वे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा
तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे
असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता
असवर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुमरे पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
तुमरे भजन राम को पावे शरम जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाए
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई
और देवता चित्र धरहि
हनुमत से सर्व सुख करही
संकट कतई विदय सब पीरा
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई जो
चंद पाद पात कर कोई
छूटे बंदी महासुख होई
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा
होए सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ जय मारेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान हो सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता
Sharat Mangalamuradiru Ram Lakhan Sita Sahit Jai Basau
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Hanuman Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Hanuman
Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Pavaratarai Sakatharat Pavarasata Hanuman Ki Jai. We do this Hanuman Chalisa every Sunday because it's a very easy, congenial thing for all of us to follow. We have all been brought up in it. So it is a nice way to come to the ending part of our morning prayers. We are going to have one dhun and then we are going to proceed with the rest of today's proceedings.
Radhe 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 Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe 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 Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Oh Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe 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 Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Oh Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Govind Radhe Radhe Shyam Gopal Radhe Radhe
Oh Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Radhe 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 Shyam Radhe 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 Radhe
Radhe Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Shyam Govind Radhe Jai Shri
Today's Preeti Bhoj is sponsored by Chandra Narayan and family. So we ask Bhagavan to bless them. They cook for each and every one of us. Next. Tomorrow is Saraswati Puja at 5 o'clock, followed by Shiv Puja. Please, it's a very important time for us to remember Mother Saraswati as the children are going back to school. Those of us who can't come, you can follow us online. 5 o'clock. Could ask, 5 o'clock tomorrow we are going to start Saraswati Puja. It's a nice time for children to come and pray to Mother Saraswati to bless them, because I firmly believe Mother Saraswati has helped me in my life, and from a little boy to where I am, to what I've become. Not that I've become anything big, but I had to do lots of exams. She helped me all through that. So for those who are listening, it's a very important time. Krishna Janmashtami. It's on Wednesday. We are going to start about 7:30 in the morning. We are going to do Ganapati Puja, then we are going to do Havan. After Havan, we will do Abhishek to Bhagwan Krishna. And then in the evening at say about 5:30, we'll do Balaji's Abhishek. So you will order the flowers for the Balaji Puja. And हम लोग अभिषेक करेंगे 5, 5:30 बालाजी के. And then we'll continue until we're tired at night, 11, 12 o'clock, hopefully. Thursday, of course, is a working day for those who work. But when I look around here, I don't see anybody who work. I see all idlers. From there, you work at home, so it matter. You work at home, but all of us are idlers here. Anybody work here? Of course, I know those two people work. You work, do you work? Well, you're not an idler then, okay. Well, let us say retirees. That's a better word, right? You have worked hard, now you have retired. All retirees. Bad idlers is a bad choice of word. Retirees.
We were tired and now we are retired.
No, you retired and you're no idle. Okay, I understand that. Okay, so Krishna Janmashtami, Balaji Puja. I don't know if you do Balaji Puja on Wednesday, we will not do it on Sunday again. Next. Pradosh Puja is on Monday, September 11th, 9/11. You all know 9/11? 9/11 at 6 o'clock. Our annual Terry Fox, who put that on? Why? You ask anybody to put it on? Anyhow, Terry Fox run, it's very important. Jara Baba Satsang, that's late. Why?
Too early.
And what about our marathon? I don't see you put the marathon. Pittipak starts on Friday, September 29th. Next. Navratri starts on 15th of October. And then Diwali, Mela, Shobhayatra on October 7th. And our marathon. Good. Our Shivji Murti has come. And our Narsingh Bhagwan Murti has come. They'll be landing in our premises on Tuesday. Narsingh Bhagwan is 7 feet tall, made out of Panchadhatu, 20,000 pounds heavy. Shivji, we'll make a beautiful park for Shivji. And talking about park, we are not going to allow anyone to use our Peace Park again, or any park for that matter. It will be strictly only for our purposes. We don't want to allow people to use that anymore. So it'll be a beautiful park. We're going to make at Shivji here. So there'll be 2 parks. It'll be complementing the Peace Park. The Peace Park will be there, and Shiva Park will be over here. So, but no one will be to come and ask to use them. You won't be allowed them. Our coach? Radha Krishna Murti is coming, 25 feet tall. Shankaracharya is coming. कहाँ लगाएंगे? आपका सिर पर. And then we have what's that Murti? Dhanvantri. To install it. The whole place will fill with Murtis. It'll be a beautiful park. And we'll keep it like that. Nobody will be using it. So it will always be pristine. Because when people use it, it's a different story. Sitaram, Sitaram.
सीताराम 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 कहिए
जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए.
Those who have prashad, if anyone has prashad, want to Chahari, please come. Go ahead.
सीताराम 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 कहिए
जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए.
मुख में हो राम नाम राम से महान में
तू अकेला
बृषभन श्री राधे राधे
श्री राधे गोविंद बृषभन श्री राधे
राधे वृंदावन में
राधे राधे
वृंदावन में
राधे राधे
नंदगांव में
राधे राधे
नंदगांव में
राधे राधे
बरसाने में
राधे राधे
बरसाने में
राधे राधे
सुमदिल में
राधे राधे
सुमदिल में
राधे राधे
सुमदिल में
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे राधे
जय जय श्री राधे I'm very pleased to see Vishnu here with us. By God's grace, I'm very happy to see that he's here with us today, having undergone a little small type of surgery. Very small. So, only 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, is that 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago. You know what surgery he had? Sarjal Visarjal Tumhi Vishwa Karta Tumhi Vishwa Jyoti Mein ho pran bharta
तुम्ही काल के काल हो शक्ति धारे
स्वीकारो स्वयं वंदना अब
हमारी दया धर्म की मन में ज्योति जगाओ जीवन पंथ मेरा प्रभु
जगमगाओ
हरो पाप मेरे भरो भाव भक्ति मुझे नाथ दो
अपनी
तुम दिव्य शक्ति मुझे मोह माया के सागर से तारो मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता मेरा कोटि कोटि है वंदन विधाता मेरा कोटि कोटि है वंदन विधाता
पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव आरती
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्ति जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर
करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो जावे
पर पावे दुख बिन से मन का
स्वामी दुख विन से मन का
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे विधि जन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण ग्रह में किसके
स्वामी तुम बिन और न दूजा आस करूं मैं किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुमया तरयामी
स्वामी तुम
कुछ है तेरा,
तेरा तुझको अर्पण प्यारा है मेरा।
ओम जय
जय जगदीश हरे।
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री शंकर भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो।